August 1945. Two explosions, each brighter than the sun, each louder than anything the world had ever known. In a single moment, the course of human history bent sharply into the nuclear age. This is the story of how we got there, why the bombs were dropped, how millions of lives were changed, and how humanity stepped into a future filled with both hope and the terrifying possibility of annihilation. This is the day the world changed. The idea of splitting the atom began as pure science. But by the late 1930s, it became something else, a race. Germany's scientific community was advanced. Rumors spread. If Hitler got the atomic bomb first, the world could fall into darkness. So in 1939, Albert Einstein signed a letter urging U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt to begin nuclear research. And thus, the Manhattan Project was born. A secret effort involving more than 130,000 people across 30 locations. Scientists feared what they were creating, but they also feared what would happen if they didn't. And so, they pushed forward. By mid-1945, Japan was losing the war. Its navy was broken, its air force depleted, and its cities burned by American firebombing. But Japan refused to surrender. The Japanese military believed surrender was dishonorable. Civilians were trained with bamboo spears. Leaders hoped for one last miracle battle to force better peace terms. Meanwhile, the U.S. prepared the planned invasion of Japan, Operation Downfall. Estimated casualties: up to 1 million American soldiers, and possibly 5 to 10 million Japanese civilians. The war had reached a deadly stalemate. July 16, 1945, 5:29 a.m., New Mexico. The first atomic bomb in history is detonated. The earth shakes. The desert lights up. A mushroom cloud rises miles high. Physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer whispers the words of the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The U.S. military now had the deadliest weapon ever imagined, and President Harry Truman now faced the most consequential decision in human history. Truman believed the bombs could end the war quickly. His advisors told him the alternatives were far worse. In Tokyo, Japanese leaders remained divided. Some wanted peace, others wanted to fight to the last breath. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union prepared to enter the war against Japan. Truman wanted to end the war before Stalin gained ground in Asia. On July 25th, Truman authorized the use of atomic bombs as soon as made ready. Targets were chosen: Hiroshima, Kokura, Niigata, Nagasaki. The world was about to change. August 6, 1945. Hiroshima begins its day like any other. At 8:15 a.m., a lone American bomber, the Enola Gay, drops a bomb called Little Boy. It falls for 43 seconds. Then, a blinding flash. Everything within 1 mile vaporizes instantly. People turn to shadows burned into walls. A firestorm engulfs the city. In minutes, 70,000 people are dead. By the end of the year, more than 140,000. Doctors are overwhelmed. Water is contaminated. Children wander the streets crying for parents who will never return. Hiroshima becomes hell on earth. No one truly understood what had happened, not even the scientists. U.S. officials issued a statement: a new weapon of unprecedented power. Japan was stunned, but did not surrender. Some leaders still believed they could negotiate better terms. Others refused to accept defeat, but the clock was running out. 3 days after Hiroshima, the U.S. prepares a second strike. The target, Kokura, but heavy clouds cover the city. So the bomber diverts to its secondary target, Nagasaki. At 11:02 a.m., the bomb called Fat Man explodes. A valley softens some of the impact, but still, 40,000 people die instantly. A Catholic cathedral is obliterated. Entire neighborhoods vanish. Survivors are burned, blinded, bleeding. 2 cities, 2 bombs, 1 message. After Nagasaki, Japan's leadership meets in crisis. The emperor makes a rare, unprecedented decision. He personally intervenes and orders Japan to surrender. August 15, 1945. His voice is broadcast to the nation for the first time.
Emperor Hirohito, historical audio. We must endure the unendurable. For millions of Japanese, the war is finally over. For the world, a new era begins.
The immediate deaths were only the beginning. Radiation sickness begins to appear. Hair falls out. Skin peels away. Internal organs fail. Children born in the years after suffer from illness, cancers, and deformities. Survivors, known as hibakusha, face lifelong trauma, stigma, and health problems. The bomb didn't just destroy cities. It changed the lives of every person who experienced it, forever. After WO1, nuclear weapons become symbols of power. The US builds bigger bombs. The Soviet Union responds. Then the UK, France, China. By the 1960s, the world has enough nuclear weapons to kill humanity several times over. Fallout tests poison oceans and islands. Children practice duck and cover drills. The fear of human extinction becomes real. Were the atomic bombings justified? Historians still debate this fiercely. Arguments for the bomb. It ended the war quickly. It prevented a deadly invasion. It saved millions of lives on both sides. Arguments against the bomb. Japan was already near surrender. The bombs targeted civilians. Alternatives, like a demonstration test, were never attempted. One thing is certain. No decision in history has carried greater moral weight. Today, Hiroshima and Nagasaki stand rebuilt, vibrant, peaceful cities. But their scars remain. Museums preserve melted lunchboxes, scorched watches stopped at 8:15, shadows burned onto stone. They serve as reminders, warnings, of what nuclear weapons truly mean. As technology advances, as nations compete, the story of Hiroshima and Nagasaki becomes even more important. Because the day the world changed could happen again. From the ashes of two cities rose the greatest lesson humanity has ever learned, that our power to create is matched only by our power to destroy. The story of Hiroshima and Nagasaki is not just a tale of war. It is a call to wisdom, to responsibility, and to peace. This has been Echoes of War. Thank you for watching.